I'm right, you're wrong.
Okay, you win.
No, Shane, for the 100th time, this is an argument.
I don't do well with confrontation.
Shark up, Shane.
What if there was a way for Shane to channel his inner shark without ruining his positive personality?
Who said that? Has my time come?
I think it's your conscience. You should listen to it.
You know, I would if it didn't remind me so much of you. Oh, mysterious voice that ironically sounds like Bored Dad. Show us the way. Enlighten us.
I'm Right, You're Wrong is a card game of arguments. Attack your friends, take the high road against your enemies, lay traps for everybody else. Do whatever you need to do to have the last word.
What do you think, Shane?
I think it's great.
Of course you do. Mysterious Bored Dad voice. Tell us how it works.
Look here.
Where? Where's here? Can you be more specific, please?
Not up. Look here at the screen.
Where's the screen? Oh, how long has that been there?
Hi.
What's up, Redford? Hey, Shane.
What? Chief?
Let me show you how this works.
You're gonna do it without me?
Well, I'm gonna try.
Shane!
I'm right here.
Oh, go get the popcorn.
On it.
I'm right, you're wrong is not just something we love to say, but now it's also a card game, which is live on Kickstarter right now. They were kind enough to send me this prototype copy. So let me show you how this all works. This game is all about arguments and settling those arguments where really all arguments should be settled, at the table. It plays 2 to 5 players in 2 to 20 minutes. And you heard that right, 2 to 20 minutes. And I'll explain why when we go over how to play the game. Please keep in mind as I show you the game throughout this preview that this is a prototype copy, so things can change. Just follow the Kickstarter campaign for all the updates. Setup for the game is as simple as taking the deck of cards, shuffling it, and then dealing 5 cards to each player. Place the deck in the center of the table, and then the first player to complement another goes first. At the start of their first turn, every player will have 5 cards in their hand. Then on your turn, the first thing you'll do is draw a card. And yes, that means that on your first turn, when you draw a card, you'll have 6 cards in your hand. You'll then choose one to play, and that's pretty much the whole game. On your turn, you're going to draw a card, and you're going to play a card. The twist in this game is what the cards do. So let me show you some of these cards. There's 3 types of cards in the game, indicated by the icon on the upper right. There's attack cards, high road cards, and trap cards. Attack cards are mostly not good cards. And when I say that, I mean they may not be good for your opponent, but they also may not be good for you. For example, some cards say that they apply to your opponent, and some cards say that they apply to yourself. High road cards are the most favorable cards in the game, hence the thumbs up. Now, both the attack cards and the high road cards get played face up in front of you, and you do whatever the card says. The third type of card is a trap card. Now, these trap cards don't have an immediate effect, rather something triggers these trap cards. Some of them you play face up in front of you. Most of them you're going to play face down in front of you, and you turn them over whenever the trigger is activated. This may be a good time to explain how you win the game. Well, you win the game by not losing. Let me explain what that means. There are 3 ways to lose in this game. If you run out of cards in your hand, you lose. If you can't play a card, you lose. And if you play a card that breaks a rule, guess what? You lose. So the winner is the last one who still has cards in their hand. Congratulations, you have the last word. Let's take a look at a brief example of how a turn actually works. Let's pretend this was a 2-player game, and this is the first turn of the game. So I would have 5 cards in my hand. So to begin my turn, I would draw 1 from the deck. And now I have 4 attack cards, a trap card, and a high road card. So I have to decide what I'm going to play. If I were to play this attack card, my opponent would have to return one card, then draw a new one. So it's as simple as just reading the card. Now let's say I were to play this green high road card. Now this one says all, which means it applies to all players. This says all players can't play attack cards on their next turn. This would be an ideal card to play if my hand is full of attack cards, and I think that my opponents may not have any. Let's say I chose instead to play this trap card. Now the trap card says to play face down, so I would play it face down. Means nobody knows what the trigger is on this card. Only I do. And the trigger is the next attack card played, you also return a card. So this means if an opponent were to play an attack card against me, I would, take the hit, but they would also lose a card. And remember, losing cards gets you closer and closer to losing the game. This trap card also means that if you're playing with more than 2 players, any attack card played against any player will also trigger this trap. And that's pretty much the entire game. You're going to take turns going around the table, drawing a card, playing a card. Some of these cards will make your opponents lose cards an inch closer to losing the argument or losing the game. Some of these cards will make you lose cards yourself. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Playing traps may make your opponents play right into your hands. All of this in an effort, again, to have the last word, to be the only one left with cards in your hand while everyone else has just lost them all and lost the argument. At the beginning of this preview, I mentioned that the game can last between 2 and 20 minutes, and that's absolutely true. Especially in a 2-player game, somebody could lose all their cards pretty quickly, or it may take some time. Now, there is a way to vary the length of the game. During setup, you can deal 3 cards instead of 5 for a shorter game, or you can deal 7 cards to start off with for a more strategic, longer game. In any case, no matter how many cards you start off with, remember, every turn you draw a card and you play a card. If you forget to draw a card at the beginning of your turn, that's too bad. You can't go back and draw one later. Remember, the name of the game is being the last one with cards in your hand. And that's I'm right, you're wrong. Hopefully this preview has given you a better idea of what the game's all about. I will link to the Kickstarter campaign page down below, so go ahead and check them out. And as always, if you enjoy this content, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload new content. That's it for now. You know what comes next. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, Shane, let's do this one more time. I'm right, and you're... I didn't think he was actually going to do it. I mean, this is Shane.